The characters in the Disney Zombies movies competing in the Hunger Games. In District 1, we have Zed and Addison. In District 2, we have Eliza and Bonzo. In District 3, we have Bucky and Bree. In District 4, we have Lacey and Stacy. In District 5, we have Tracy and JC. In District 6, we have Zed's dad and little sister. In District 7, we have Wyatt and Willa. In District 8, we have Winter and Aspen. In District 9, we have Allie and Alan. In District 10, we have Miss Lee, the principal, and the coach. In District 11, we have Addison's parents. And in District 12, we have Vanna the vampire and Addison's twin, who exists in one of my fan fictions that I never wrote. Anyway, to proceed. Aspen runs away from the cornucopia. Zoe runs away from the cornucopia. Bucky runs away from the cornucopia. Winter runs away from the cornucopia. Zed retrieves a trident from inside the cornucopia. JC runs away from the cornucopia. Zevon breaks Missy's nose for a basket of bread. Dale runs away from the cornucopia. Coach runs away from the cornucopia. Stacy runs away from the cornucopia. Wyatt runs away with a lighter and some rope. Bree runs away from the cornucopia. Eliza takes a handful of throwing knives. Tracy runs away from the cornucopia. Alan runs away from the cornucopia. Vanna grabs a shovel. Willow runs away from the cornucopia. A finds a bag of explosives. Lacey runs away from the cornucopia. Bonzo runs away from the cornucopia. Miss Lee runs into the cornucopia and hides. Addison grabs a sword. Allie snatches a pair of sais. Winter receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. JC receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Zevon, Stacy, and Addison track down and kill Missy. Wait, Addison teamed up with some people to kill her mom. Aspen searches for a water source. Miss Lee goes hunting. Alan questions his sanity. I got the pronouns wrong. Zed searches for firewood. Bucky camouflages himself in the bushes. Tracy dies from an infection. Vanna scares Bree off. Willow receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Bonzo steals from Wyatt while he isn't looking. Lacey steals from Allie while she isn't looking. A convinces Coach to not kill her, only to kill her instead. Eliza, Zoe, and Dale hunt for other tributes. So, Addison's mom, Tracy, and the coach are gone. Maybe this is why Tracy wasn't in Zombies 2 and 3. Maybe I shouldn't say that. A screams for help. Bree receives a clean water source from an unknown sponsor. Winter and Vanna sleep in shifts. Bonzo is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. You know, Bonzo doesn't like fire. Aspen, Allie, Addison, and Miss Lee tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. JC thinks about winning. Stacy pushes Lacey off a cliff during a knife fight. I wonder what that was like. Wyatt, Dale, Alan, Willa, and Bucky sleep in shifts. Zed, Zoe, and Zevon cheerfully sing songs together. Aww. Eliza tends to her wounds. Dale defeats Addison in a fight, but spares her life. I would hope he would. Stacy camouflages herself in the bushes. Oh wait, but Addison did kill her mom, so I wouldn't know if her dad would spare her life for that. Bree practices her archery. Bonzo and Eliza split up to search for resources. Zevon travels to higher ground. Wyatt receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Zed makes a wooden spear. JC chases Winter. Bucky, Alan, and Allie hunt for other tributes. A searches for firewood. Zoe silently snaps Aspen's neck. Willa fishes. Vanna tries to sleep for the entire day. Eliza looks at the night sky. A, Vanna, and JC sleep in shifts. Wyatt tends to Addison's wounds. Zed overpowers Zoe, killing her. Zed killed his... Seriously? Bree destroys Dale's supplies while she is asleep. While he is asleep, I mean. Bucky tends to Winter's wounds. Zevon, Allie, and Nestle sleep in shifts. Bonzo, Alan, and Stacy sleep in shifts. Willa receives fresh food. Zevon sprains his ankle while running away from Willa. Zed, Stacy, and Addison hunt for other tributes. A tries to sleep for the entire day. Miss Lee, Eliza, and Winter hunt for other tributes. Bree questions her sanity. Wyatt goes hunting. Vanna constructs a shack. Dale and Alan work together for the day. Bucky severely slices JC with a sword. I wonder what that was like. Allie hunts for other tributes and Bonzo goes hunting. Dale and Bonzo run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Bucky climbs a tree to rest. Wyatt taints Eliza's food, killing her? Oh, now you know he would never do that. Stacy quietly hums. Addison screams for help. A convinces Bree to snuggle with her. Allie, Vanna, and Miss Lee discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Winter pushes Zed off a cliff during a knife fight. Alan goes to sleep, and Zevon convinces Willa to snuggle with him. Bree and Addison track down and kill Willa. Vanna begs for Allie to kill her. She refuses, keeping Vanna alive. Bonzo forces Stacy to kill Wyatt or Zevon. She refuses to kill, so Bonzo kills her instead. Dale, Bucky, and Miss Lee unsuccessfully ambush Alan, A, and Winter, who kill them instead. Oh no. Alan and Addison hold hands. A, Winter, and Vanna discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Allie cries herself to sleep. Bonzo defeats Zevon in a fight but spares his life. Wyatt tends to his wounds, and Bree thinks about home. Vanna goes hunting. Wyatt repeatedly stabs Allie to death with sighs. Zevon sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Bree overhears A and Winter talking in the distance. Addison and Bonzo hunt for other tributes. Alan camouflages himself. Wyatt destroys Addison's supplies while she's asleep. Winter, Bree, Vanna, and Alan sleep in shifts. Zevon, A, and Bonzo get into a fight. Bonzo triumphantly kills them both. Bree decides not to go to the feast. Wyatt repeatedly stabs Bonzo to death with sighs. Addison decides not to go to the feast. Vanna takes a staff, and Alan destroys Winter's memoirs out of spite. Winter kills Wyatt with his own weapon. I wonder if Alan actually erased Winter's memories, because the aliens can't do that. Vanna bashes Bree's head in with a mace. Addison thinks about home. Alan travels to higher ground. Winter receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Vanna receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Alan receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. And Addison thinks about winning. Alan receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Winter thinks about home. Vanna is pricked by thorns while picking berries. And Addison receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Alright, let's see everyone's status. Alright, so 4 people are still alive. Addison has 2 kills. Winter has 5 kills. Alan has 3 kills. And Vanna has 1 kill. Okay. Winter questions her sanity. Addison cries herself to sleep. Alan thinks about home. Vanna receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Alan discovers a river. Addison makes a wooden spear. Winter tends to Vanna's wounds. Vanna goes to sleep. Addison and Alan threaten a double suicide. It fails, and they die. Okay, so has something been going on with Addison and Alan this whole time? Because they were... Anyway, Winter dies from hypothermia. And the winner is Vanna! Okay. Alright. Well, then, that's the end of the video.